Hi, all of you. Anybody can quickly confirm is my sound is audible?
Good morning, sir. Yes, yes.
Oh, thank you. So we were in the Jenkins class. So let us continue that part only. So Maven and Tomcat, okay, these two things were completed. Okay, in the last class, if you remember, Tomcat we completed in which we deployed a var file. Okay, and that var file is basically whatever that created. It was visible in this website, right? On the /web app page, and we saw that output. So today we are going to see about the SonarQube. Okay, SonarQube is again the testing tool. In the last class we done was taking the code from the GitHub. Okay, then build team, basically the Maven build the code. Then with the help of the Tomcat, we deploy the code, right? But the testing part we missed it. Okay. So today we are going to see how the testing works in the real scenario. Okay. So again, there is a tool called SonarQube. It helps us to do the static code analysis. Okay. Again, what is the meaning of a static code analysis? A static code analysis is like if some code is written, okay, it can be in any programming language, Java, Go, Python. Okay. So is it is following all the syntax, everything is not okay, whether the code is correct or not, whether code is open for any cyber attack or not, okay, like this type, if there is any bugs in the code. So these all things we can get with the help of the SonarQube, and this was the last part. Okay, yesterday we done in day before yesterday we done in the Tomcat one. Now in the SonarQube, to do the SonarQube, if you'll try to go to this document, okay, this is the official documentation of the SonarQube. Okay, they clearly mentioned here that you cannot run SonarQube on the 1 GB RAM machine. You should require at least 2 GB of RAM. Okay, why I'm considering that at least 2 GB of RAM here? That is a big point, because in our AWS cloud, if you remember, which EC2 instance they are giving us free T2.micro, right? So anybody remember the configuration of T2.micro? Have you checked any time? It is 1 CPU and 1 GB RAM, right? And this SonarQube requires at least 2 GB of RAM. So that means in T2.micro, you cannot run that. Okay. So we'll require some higher configuration machine from the AWS side. So this is a thing we have to take care. Okay. And again, you'll see that SonarQube scanner runs on the JDK 11. We are going to install this JDK 11 and we'll try to run the SonarQube. Okay, so these all things we have to take care from this website. Okay, so the first thing what we are going to do is we are going to launch a EC2 instance with minimum of 2 GB RAM, because SonarQube said us. Okay, so for that you don't have to go to the T2.micro. You have to go to the T2.small, because that comes with 2 GB RAM. Okay, and in the security group part, you have to enable the 9000 port. These two things you have to do. So let's come here in our AWS. And what I'm doing is I'm launching a new EC2 instance, giving the name as SonarQube. Okay. Uh, choosing the Amazon Linux only, but Amazon Linux 2 AMI, not the 2023 one. Okay. And T2.micro. So here we have to choose T2.small because it comes with 2 GB RAM. You can clearly see it here. It is 2 GB memory. But again, it will comes with some charges. Okay, and what is the charges here? So you'll see it will come around 0.024. So you can consider it as a 0.025 US dollar per hour. Okay, like this way. So that means if you are going it to run for 4 hours, it will be costing you a $0.1. Okay, like that way. And similarly, if you will run it for the 40 hours, then it is going to cost you $1. So like that way you can do it. Okay, if you use it for only 1 or 2 hours, then you terminated it. Okay, so it will cost you around $0.05, something like that only, not more than that. Key pair we have to select. Okay, and just remember, whatever the key pair you are selecting, okay, that key pair temp file you should have. Like sometimes what happens, you create a key pair and you directly downloaded the PPK file, right? So that key pair, please don't use it. Use the key pair of which PEM file, PEM, okay, not PPK. PEM file you have already downloaded, or you can create a new key pair and download the PEM file, and that key pair only you can choose it here. Why so? I will tell you later. We are going to use the PEM file. In the network setting, we have to add one security group. Okay, which security group we have to add? Click add. We have to open the port 9000. Why 9000? Because SonarQube runs on the port 9000. Who can access it? Anywhere from any person can access it. That's why I made it anywhere. That's all. Our everything is done. We choose the t2.small, selected the key pair, open the 9000 port. Click on launch instance. Okay. Now instances got launched. So one work is completed. Okay. Instance is in the process to launch. Let me give it name something different. Now, after this, once the EC2 instance is open and you open the 9000 port, okay, the second thing what you have to do is you have to go inside that SonarQube machine. Okay, whatever the machine you created SonarQube on, we are going to install the OpenJDK level. Just from the website I just shown you, they support the OpenJDK level. Okay, this one, green tick for SonarQube scanner. That's what we are going to do it. So to install this again, first we have to go inside that machine. So again, you can go inside using directly with the connect, or you can go with the putty. Okay, let me go inside with putty. Okay. Once you connected to that machine, SonarQube machine, okay, or whichever we newly launched it, okay, inside that machine you have to go, and the first thing what you have to do is first you have to become the root user. Okay, after becoming the root user, we have to install Amazon hyphen Linux hyphen extras. You have to install. Okay, what you have to install? You have to install the Java OpenJDK 11. Okay, so just make sure we are installing Java hyphen OpenJDK 11. So this software comes under the Amazon Linux extras application list. Okay, that's why we are writing like this. Okay. This command you can run only in the Amazon Linux 2 AMI only. Okay, so install Java OpenJDK. Yeah, now it's correct. What about Amazon Linux extras? Okay, install spelling is wrong. Okay, now they are installing the Java OpenJDK 11. And for this on RQ, everything you have to follow the exact same version, whatever I am doing. Okay, if I am doing the OpenJDK 11, you should go with also OpenJDK 11. If I am downloading the SonarQube version 8.9, so you have to also go with the SonarQube version 8.9. Okay, so just that keep in mind. Because this all SonarQube, everything is keep updating. Okay, so if whatever the code I am going to test it, that code is written previously. Okay, so that code is going to work on not on the latest version of SonarQube. It is going to run on the SonarQube 8.9 version. So this is the OpenJDK we downloaded. Okay, and when you are hitting the command Java-version, they are giving us the output also. That means it is successfully installed. Okay, once this part is done, then the second part what you have to do is you have to create a user with the name Sonar admin. Why so? So SonarQube by default cannot be run as a root user. Like currently I'm logged in as a root user, right? From here, if I am try to run the SonarQube, it is not going to possible. SonarQube cannot run as a root user. So for this purpose, what we are going to do is we are going to create a new user add with the name Sonar admin. So I added a new user with the name Sonar admin. Once you've done this, now we have to install the SonarQube. Okay. So first you have to go to this directory cd/opt. Okay. Now you can always download the SonarQube latest version by going to this link. Okay. But we are not going to download the latest version. I will show you which version you have to download. You have to come down. Currently, the latest version is 9.9. Okay. So to download the latest version, you simply do the right click here and you can copy the link. Okay. But in our case, what we are going to do is we'll come down and we'll go here historical downloads. Okay. In this historical download, you will come here. Currently, they are talking about 9.8 or 9.7.1. There will be a version with the LTS name. LTS is for long-term support. Okay. So this is the most stable SonarQube version. That's why they given the name as LTS. Others you are seeing that there is no LTS. Okay. So whenever you are downloading some software, if that software comes with the LTS, that is means or that is the stable version, most stable version you can go with. So we are going with this version 8.9.10. It was released back in May 2021 itself. Okay. So simply click on right click here and click on copy link. So we have to just copy the link of this version. Okay. Once you copied the link, then what you have to do, simply you have to go to this directory cd/opt. We are inside that directory. Okay. Currently there is no file for SonarQube. Simply you have to hit the command wget and whatever the link you copied, simply paste it here. Okay. So SonarQube 8.9.10 zip file downloaded. So this one is downloaded. Okay. Once this zip file is downloaded, here I downloaded 8.9.9. Okay. But you can go with 8.9.10. Both are same. Okay. Nothing any difference. So once we done that, once we done, so a zip file is downloaded, right? The next step is what? We have to unzip this file. How I can unzip this file? Simply I will hit the command unzip -opt. Inside the opt directory it is, and this is a SonarQube. That's all. They are unzipping the file. Clear it. Now, if I'll do ls-l, okay, who is the owner of this SonarQube? Root is the owner, right? So now I have to change the owner of this file. So I am changing the owner, ch on to change owner, -R. I want that now root should not be the owner for this sonar admin should. I already created a user in the starting with the name sonar admin. So I'm just changing the owner and group to which directory /opt/sonarcube1. This one. That's all. Now if I do ls-l, owner is changed. Now owner is sonar admin. Okay. So this is also done. Once after doing this, then I said you clearly that you cannot run the SonarQube as a root user, right? You cannot run it. So first thing what you are going to do is you have to now become the Sonar admin user. So switch user, Sonar admin, simply write it. So you become the Sonar admin user. Once you become the Sonar admin user, then what you can do is you can go inside this directory, cd SonarQube. Okay. Inside that, you'll see that there are so many files are there. Okay. You have to go inside the bin directory, cd bin. Inside this, you'll see that there is a Linux. Okay. We are going to run this SonarQube on top of the Linux machine, right? This is Amazon Linux. So I am going to Linux directory. Inside this, you'll see that there is a script, sonar.sh. This script will help you to start the SonarQube. So simply you have to say /sonar.sh and simply write start. I want to start this script. So they are starting the SonarQube. Now, how I can check whether SonarQube is started or not? Simply I will do /sonar.sh status. If it is giving that SonarQube is running, okay, that means SonarQube is started perfectly fine. Okay. Now again, one more way you can verify. You can simply hit a command called netstat -tunlp. This is a command which will help you to give the port which are open or which are the services running on which port that they will mention. So if you come and try to find something related to 9000, so see there is a service from the Java. It is started on the 9000. And 9000 is the port where SonarQube runs. That means our SonarQube is successfully running. Okay. Like you are seeing here, port 22. Port 22 is open here. It is visual. That's why you are able to log in through the SSH protocol. So once the SonarQube is started, so what you have to do is simply come, copy this public IP, paste it in the browser, go to the 9000 port, press enter. SonarQube is loading. SonarQube is starting, so that means our SonarQube is set up successfully. Once the SonarQube is done the setup everything, then they will give you this type of the login screen. Okay, in this login screen, they will ask for the username and password. So in a starting by default, username is admin, password is admin. Okay, so that just keep in mind. So here I have to write admin, password I have to write as admin only, and I'll press login. I logged into my SonarQube. Now they are asking for change the password. I am changing the password. Okay, I changed the password of my SonarQube, and now we are able to see my SonarQube page. Okay, so this is also done. This SonarQube can check our quality of the code. They can check the bugs, security hotspot, code smell like this way. Is any duplication in the code? What is the size of code? These all things they will keep check. Okay. Once this page is open, now what you have to do is you have to add a project here. I want to add a project in the SonarQube, and we are going to go with the manual option. Okay, and in this manual option, what you have to do is you have to choose the project key. Okay, in the project key you can write anything, but you can follow this document directly. Okay, after going to the manually, simply you can give the name something like this: Maven project, Maven project, like that. Okay. Simply click on setup. Now they are asking to provide a token name or something like in our GitHub, if you remember. Okay, GitHub does not support the login username and password, so we had to create the token. So similarly here also you have to create the token. You can give the Maven something like that way. I given something different. Any name it can be provided here. It is not like you have to give exact same name or something. Okay, but you can give anything like Maven also I can write, and I will simply click on generate. A token is generated. I will simply click on continue. Okay. And if I'll come to this Maven part, so this is a thing they created it. Okay. So simply you can just copy this entire thing. Okay, just copy this entire thing and paste it somewhere in the notepad. Later we'll require. Okay, so this is the entire thing we'll require later. Okay, so this is the part. Once you copied this, so that's well and good. From SonarQube side, our work is completed. Dashboard side. Okay, we selected here Maven, and then this is the name. Similarly, if you are running for Go Python based code, then you can click on this other, and whatever the script is generating, that you have to copy. So this type of the project will be visible. Okay, but currently there is no issues, nothing, because currently they did not get any code. Okay, so what we have to do is we have to tell to our Jenkins that Jenkins, can you take the code from the GitHub, build the code, and can you pass that code to the SonarQube so SonarQube can do that proper testing, everything. Okay, this is our final goal. So Jenkins will say that to do this all work, whatever you are asking me, okay, first you have to install the SonarQube plugin. That is the first thing. Okay, so I'm coming to the Jenkins side and I'm going to the manage Jenkins. I will go to the manage plugins. I will go to the available plugins. We'll search for the SonarQube. Okay, so the plugin called SonarQube Scanner. Okay, that you have to just select it. Even you can find it here also. Plugin is SonarQube Scanner. Simply select that and click on install without restart. That's all. So we are installing this plugin. Once this plugin is installed, the second thing what we have to do is we have to go to the manage credential part. Okay, what is the manage credential? So if I come to the manage Jenkins again, and you'll see here there is a page called manage credential. In just manage credential, there is one credential already created. This deploy underscore user EC2 user. Anybody remember about this when we created this? Deploy underscore user. No. Okay, so in the last class, in the Tomcat, okay, we created a credential with the name deploy underscore user by which they were able to log in. Okay, so that time we created. Similarly, we are just going to click on this system, click on global credential. Here already one credential is there. I am going to add one more credential. They are asking that how you are going to log in or something. So we are not going with the username with password method. Okay. We are going and see this Jenkins name is now changed to system. Previously it was written Jenkins, now it is written system, but else everything is same. Okay, so don't get confused. Click on add credential. Then in this add credential, what you have to do is you have to click on kind is equal to secret text. Okay, you have to click on kind is equal to secret text. And inside this text, in this secret box, what we have to write? I have to write the token ID. This is my token ID they generated. Okay. So this token ID will help us to log into the SonarQube. We should not share our username and password of SonarQube with anyone. Whenever somebody will require the access, I will pass this token. That's all. Okay. So this token, I just saved it. ID, you can give it anything. It is just like a name. Okay. To that. So I can just say it as a SonarQube token or something. Okay. Even description, I'm writing the exact same thing. SonarQube -2. Okay, so in this, I just saved the SonarQube token. That's all in this credential part as a secret text. Okay, and simply click on create. So a credential I generated and I saved it. Once after doing this, then what is the third step? Third step is you have to go to the configure system again. Okay, so again you have to come here in the manage Jenkins part. Click on the configure system. Here you have to find the SonarQube. Okay. In this SonarQube section, this is the SonarQube. Okay, so simply select this environment variable here, tick this box. Okay, then click on add SonarQube. They are asking for the name or something, so you can give the name here. Simply you can give the SonarQube name also. It is not like that, but whatever the name you are providing, exact same name you have to provide in the pipeline code also. Okay, like here I was using the SonarQube 8.9.9 version, so I given that exact same name. You can give here any name, but whatever the name you are providing here, okay, that name you have to write it in the pipeline code also. So I will tell you. Let me just write here 8.9.10. That is our version. So that's what I'm writing here. But you can give any name here. You can give your personal name also here. Okay. But I will tell you where you have to do the changes then. Now they are asking for the URL. Okay. Where your SonarQube is running. Okay. And that they will ask you, right? So SonarQube is running on this URL. 13.235.45.349,000. Either you can directly copy it from here or whatever the this one you copied, right? See here the URL is there already. So simply copy this URL part. Token we already copied and we saved it as a secret text. Now we are giving the server URL. Now they are saying, okay, I will go to that. Okay, then they will ask us some password, username, token, something like this. So do you have that token? So when I will select this, so automatically we are getting the SonarQube token. That one we just created in the credential section. So from where? There it is now this one. So simply we added it. So this token is saved here. This URL is this one. They will be able to go. Simply click on apply and click on save. And don't forget to select this environment variable. Okay, this one you have to take it. Click on save. So this part is also completed. The third part is you have to again go to the manage Jenkins, go to the global tool configuration. Again, you can see this. These all things are written here. Global tool configuration, you have to go. Inside this, you have to find the SonarQube scanner. Simply click on this, add SonarQube scanner. Okay. And just select the 4.7.0 version. Okay. And give the name something. Something like this, whatever the name. Okay. You want to give, you can give it. Name can be anything. Okay. But I just given that. So simply click on again apply and save. So now Jenkins side configuration is done. Okay, now there is one more thing we have to do. Let me just check. Okay, let's first create the pipeline. So we are going to create a pipeline with the name SonarQube pipeline. So simply you have to click on new item. Write it here SonarQube pipeline. select the pipeline. Okay, click on OK. Okay, now in this you can give anything description like this is SonarQube project, something like this. Now in this, if you come down in this pipeline, they are asking for some pipeline script. Like, do you have any script that we are going to run it? Okay, how this Jenkins is going to know that what the work they have to do. Okay, so I will say that we already written the code. Okay, that code is this one. Okay, so simply just copy this entire code and then I will explain you what is this code is all about. Just copy this. It is not fully copied. Whatever the things is missing that I will add it. Again, one extra arrow is there. Extra curly bracket that I written. Okay. Yeah. Now you'll try to see read this. So this is the pipeline. Agent is any. Okay. That means anyone can be the agent. Tools. We are going to use a tool called Maven that we already installed in the first class of the Maven. Okay. And there we given the name as Maven only. That's why here also we are writing the Maven. Now, the first stage is you have to download the code. From where you will download the code? So currently I'm saying that you have to download the code from this particular repository, helloworld.k. So they will go to that particular repository and they will download the code. Okay, so this is the one thing. Second thing, after downloading the code, what you have to do is you have to build the code. Okay. So I'm saying that you have to use this Maven command, Maven -clean -package. Okay. This will create a package of that code. Okay. So they are going to do build will be also completed. Then we are talking about the SonarQube analysis. Okay. So now you have to test the code, right? So I said that my SonarQube is not installed with 8.9.9 name. If you remember, when I was giving the name of SonarQube, I given the name -8.9.10. And if take an example, you just given your own personal name like John there. Okay, so you have to write here John also. Okay, you don't have to write the SonarQube -8.9.10. So whatever the name you provided in the configure system part, so that's the same name it should be written here. So I in my case I given the name as SonarQube -8.9.10. So you have to write that same name here. If you write there 8.9.9 like that, so here also it should be 8.9.9 like that. Now in this you'll see that there is some error is coming. Why that error? Because this line should be commented. So just give one backspace. It will be good. Yeah, everything is good. This is the command which will help us to run the sonar. Okay, and that also command we are just taking it from here only. Maven sonar. Whatever they written, simply just copied it and I pasted it here. That's all. So from this perspective, now everything is done. We created our pipeline. It is ready to go. Okay. They'll be able to log in inside that machine and simply I will click on apply and save. Okay. This part is also done. Okay. So this is done. Now what you have to do is you have to simply click on uh, run that pipeline, right? So simply to run this pipeline, I will simply click here build now. Once I click on build now, so they start to build the code. If you try to see that how they are going to build the code. So the first thing they are downloading the code. Once they downloaded the code, now they are going to build the code with the help of the Maven. Okay. Again, they will take some time to build the code. Now build is done. Now they are forwarding that code to the SonarQube, where SonarQube will do the proper analysis of the code. Okay. Basically the test will test the code whether code is correct, what is the error, everything. And then we'll go to the SonarQube and we can check the report, whatever the report got generated. Okay, so SonarQube analysis is also done. If I'll come in this Maven project, or simply I'll go to the project section. See, they are saying that your code is fast. There was zero bugs, zero vulnerabilities, two code smell is there, 282 lines of code you retain. Okay, if I want to check where is the code smell, okay, in this part, so I will simply click on this Maven project. So they are talking about the code smell, right? So I will simply click on this two number. So they are saying, okay, in this two line, there is some error. What is the error? Again, I'll click on this. I am able to get it. Okay. They are saying that don't write this type of the class or something. Okay. And not only this, if you want to test some other code, like if I open my GitHub, okay, well, there are some other Java code also I have in my account. Currently, I just shown you this hello world.get one. Okay, so I'm just going to my repository section. These all are the public repository, even you can check it. Okay. So here, take an example, this is one code. Okay, this is a little bit bigger code. So what I'm going to say is, I will say to the SonarQube, can you check this code, whether this code is good or not? Okay, so simply I'll click on code. I will copy this URL of this repository. Okay, and I will come in my pipeline. I will click on configure, and wherever I written that pipeline script, I will do little bit change here. Rather than taking the code from this repository, you have to take the code from this repository. That's all. That's the only change I done. Apply, save. Now again, I will do the build now. See here also it was saying that it is Maven project previous example that it was passed, everything was success. SonarQube quality check. Okay. So see again they downloaded the new code from that new repository. Now they are building that code. Okay. Once the build will done, then again they will do the SonarQube update. So let's wait. Okay, build is successfully done. Now they are doing the SonarQube analysis. Okay, so SonarQube analysis is also done. Now, if this is done, so if I'll click on this project and if I'll refresh this, okay, you'll see that one more project came, Galaxy. Okay, and in this it is clearly saying that there is a 15 bugs. Okay, this is out the latest one, 18-second ago one. Okay, if I'll go to this Galaxy one, okay, and in this they are saying that in this code there is 15 bugs is there. Okay, 43 code SML is there, 5 security hotspot. That means there are the 5 points from where attacker can attack. Okay, like if I'm clicking on this, so you'll get this details that see it is the high level of security hotspot. That means anybody can access this or your code related data, everything. So you should not write like this. So whoever will be the Java developer, by seeing all this, they will get to know, okay, that these things I have to do the changes or everything like that. Similarly, if you go in the issues section, see these many issues are there. Okay. So what you can do, how you can change that, like in the database username, they are saying that you should not write like this. Okay. It should be some math, some regular expression, you are doing it. So it's totally depend. This report does not make sense for us, but whoever the Java developer, okay, if somebody is familiar with the Java, by seeing this, okay, they will get to know that, okay, they are saying us that by this way you can modify the code. So everywhere they are giving their statement. Okay, so like this. So for this is the purpose only we use the SonarQube. Okay, and once you created this pipeline, just you have to change the code. That's all. Nothing you have to do. And if we'll again do hashtag two, okay, and if I'll do the console output, so even you can check the console output of this. What they done? They downloaded everything from the central repository. Okay, and if you'll keep coming down, at last so when they done the analysis successful, they say that you can browse directly to this URL, okay, to check. So simply click on this, you'll see that a new page is opening automatically. And in this, they are getting the exact same page. So directly they are forwarding you to that URL also from the Jenkins side only. Okay, and if you want that more about the report processing also thing, you can click on this also. So see here they also given that what they are doing. Okay, they done the analysis ID, there is some execution code, at what time they done, there is zero warning, like that way. So they are giving the details also about the report. Okay, so these all things we can check it from the SonarQube side. Okay, so this was about the quick intro about the SonarQube. Okay, this type of the things it is going to open, and you'll be able to see the codes and everything. Now after this, there is the Artifactory. Okay, what is the use of Artifactory? Artifactory will help you to store the code. Okay, like whatever the Maven is creating the build file, that build file should be stored somewhere, right? For that purpose, Artifactory is the solution. Artifactory help you to store the build file, whatever the jar file, whatever the var file is created by the Maven. We store it somewhere in some type of the storage. Like in the Google Drive, you store the normal files. In S3 bucket, you store the files, right? In the GitHub, you store the code. Similarly, to store the build file, Artifactory is the solution. Again, if you go to the Artifactory website, so they will say you that you will require some higher EC2 instances, right? It cannot be supported on 2 GB RAM or 1 GB RAM. It should require 4 GB RAM or something. So I will suggest you go with the T3A medium, not with T3 medium. You should go with the T3A dot medium, this one. Why T3 A dot medium? It is cheaper as compared to T3 dot medium. Okay, so just use it for that purpose, and when your work is completed, okay, simply you can terminate that instance, so you cannot get further charges. Like in my case, if I am not using the SonarQube, I will simply come here and I will terminate the instance like that way. Okay. Now what you have to do is you have to launch a new EC2 instance. Okay. Give the name for something like Artifactory. You have to use Amazon Linux only. Choose the Amazon Linux 2A1. And instance type, you have to go with the T3A medium. Okay, this is cheaper as compared to T3 medium. Okay, so T3A dot medium. Key pair, again, you can select any key pair. I'm selecting this. Okay. And allow SSH traffic, and we have to enable some ports also. The port we have to enable is 8081 and 8082. There are two ports we have to enable. Okay. So simply I'm clicking on edit part, and I'm clicking on add security group rule. I'm enabling a port called 8081 from anywhere, adding one more rule, port 8082 custom to anywhere. So these two port I enabled 8081 and 8082. Okay, Artifactory runs on the 8081 and 8082. So simply launch the instance. So our instance is getting launched. So this part is also done. So once we open this port 8081 and 8082 and we launch the EC2 instance with T3A medium, okay, then what you have to do, you have to go inside that machine. That is the first thing you have to do. Okay, so we are going inside this Artifactory server. Okay, this is the Artifactory one. So simply you can go inside this using putty. Okay, so let me just quickly open that. Okay, once you logged into the Artifactory machine, the first thing what you have to do is you have to log in as a root user. Okay, you have to log in as a root user. Let me close this Sonar admin. Yeah, you have to log in as a root user, sudo switch user root. Clear it all. Then here you have to require a Java 1.8 version, something like this. So simply copy this command and paste it here. It will install the Java 1.8 version. Run this command as a root user. Once the Java is installed, then what you have to do is you have to go to the version of the Artifactory. Simply go here, open this URL. In this URL, you are seeing this Artifactory OSS for Java package management. Simply click on this download button. In this download, you have to download it for the Linux machine. Okay, so simply click on this download tar.zz. Okay, so when you are clicking this, you will see that tar.zz file is going to be start to be downloaded. They are asking. it is 621 MB software. So simply cancel it. I don't want to download it here in our Windows machine. I want to download inside our Linux. So I will simply copy this link of tar.zz file. Okay. And once you copied the link from here, okay, then you have to go to this /opt directory. Okay, like this. Once the Java will be installed. So let it first install. Okay, so simply you have to go to this cd/opt directory. Inside this, you have to hit the command wget and whatever the URL you copied. Okay, it is going to download the JFrog Artifactory release. So they are downloading 600 MB software that is downloaded. Clear it all. If you do ls-l, you'll see that your file is downloaded. JFrog Artifactory one. Okay, tar.zz file. And since it is the tar.zz file, and if you remember our Linux class, so to untar if tar file, okay, you have a command called tar xbzf. Okay, tar x for extract, b for verbose, okay, xp, xbzf, okay, and then give the file name. Our file name is JFrog Artifactory one. Okay, simply press enter. They are untarring it. Okay, clear it all. Now, once this file is untarred, okay, simply you have to go inside this folder, cd artifactory. Inside this, you'll see that there is a folder called app. Okay, go inside this app folder. Now here, if you'll try to see, there is a bin folder. Okay, so simply go inside this bin. Like in the Sonar Cube, you saw that there was a script right inside the bin folder. So similarly, here also there is a script called artifactory.sh. This is a script you want to run. So simply say /artifactory.sh. Okay, and after that, give a space and simply like in Sonar Cube, we've done the start. Same thing here also you have to write. So it is going to be a start. Once the Artifactory is started, okay, then how you can check, okay, that whether Artifactory is started or not. So again, simply you have to hit the command call, clear it, netstat -tunlp. And if you are seeing the port 8081 and 8082 open, okay, if you'll see that port 8081 is open, that means it is running perfectly for Artifactory. Okay. Now, Artifactory I started by going to that particular script inside this folder. We just did /artifactory.sh start. Okay, you can see the screenshot also. We done this like /artifactory.sh start. Once we done this, then what you have to do is you have to go to the browser. Okay, you have to go to the browser. Copy this public IP of this one, like we opened the Sonar Cube. Similarly, you have to open for the Artifactory too. Open this. It is all running on the port 8081. I'll press enter. So see, they are saying that currently I am in the process to start the JFrog Artifactory. It is a bigger software. Okay, that's why they take the huge resources also. 600 MB software in the Linux. That means it is a heavy software. Okay, so let's wait since it is getting started. Okay. Meanwhile, it is starting. Okay, so we have to provide this username and password. Okay, username will be admin. In a Sonarchy, password was also admin, but here password will be in the starting. It will be the password only, and then you can change the password by going there. Okay, so let's check. Yeah, this page is open now. Simply username is admin. Password is password only by default. Once you click on login, so they are going to ask you to change the password. Okay, so click on get started. Now they are asking to choose the new password and you have to give the password something with good length. Okay, so I'm just writing here. Okay, okay, so I given the password. After giving the password, simply click on next. Now they are asking for the base URL. Simply you can skip this part. Okay, like after giving this changing the password, simply you can skip this part after this all. Click on skip. Default proxy also you can skip it. At this part, you have to select the Maven we are going to use for the Maven. Okay, you can choose some other offerings also, but we are going to choose the Maven. Okay, click on next. Simply click on finish. So our Artifactory is set it up. Okay, and once it will be set up, it will be something look like this. Like in our GitHub case also, you are creating the repositories, everything. So it is same thing like that. Okay, just you have to store the build file here. That's all. Okay. So once this file is logged in, you are able to see this type of the screen. Now what you can do is you have to tell to the Jenkins that Jenkins, can you integrate us to the Artifactory? So again, they will ask you to download the Artifactory plugins. Okay. So simply we'll come here in the Jenkins side, go to the manage Jenkins. We'll go to the manage plugins, go to the available plugins, and you'll search something for the Artifactory. Okay, simply click on this, click on install without restart. So plugin is getting downloaded. Once the plugin is downloaded, this one, then what you have to do is you have to go to the Artifactory server credential. Okay, so you have to configure it. So to configure this, you have to go to the Jenkins again. You have to go to the Jenkins, manage Jenkins, click on configure system. In this, you will find something related to Artifactory. Okay, so just search for that Artifactory or JFrog will be written. So this is the JFrog part. Okay, so this is the part where we have to do. Okay, so in this JFrog part, if you'll see come down, you'll see that there is a something called JFrog platform instance we are adding. Okay, so in this, you have to simply click here, add JFrog platform instance. They are saying that what is the instance ID, everything. Okay, so you can write it here, anything. Okay, I did not mention anything related to instance ID here. Okay, no issue. So just give the instance ID name something like for Artifactory. You can write it like that. Now they're asking for JFrog platform URL. Okay, so what is the URL for that? So our JFrog URL is this one. Port 808021. Okay, that one you have to just mention it. Okay, so how you'll take it? Simply come here. This is the port. Okay, so simply just copy this. Okay, up to 8082. Copy this and come here, and in this JFrog URL just paste it up to port 8082. Okay, from here this JFrog one I just copied. Once you copy, now they're asking for the username and password. Like when I was logging to the JFrog, they asked us to create the credential, right? So username was admin, and whatever the new password, not the password, right? We set a new password, right? Which is following some special character, lowercase, something like that. That password we have to write it here. How I can check whatever the password I written, it is able to connect to that JFrog Artifactory or not? Simply click on test connection. If it is saying that found JFrog Artifactory, this version at this page, then means it is working perfectly fine. Let it be not found. Okay, this we are not using the JFrog distribution. We are just using the JFrog Artifactory. If it is found, that means connection is successful. Once the connection is successful, simply click on apply and click on save. So this configure system is done. We given the Artifactory credential and we saw that this found. Once this is done, then we are going to create a Maven project. Okay. So to create a Maven project, what is the normal thing you do? You click on new item. Okay. You give it something like Artifactory project. You are selecting here the Maven project option. Okay. Simply click on OK. Again, after selecting that Maven project one, they will ask you some details that you have to fill. Okay. If you'll come down, so we are going to not check for this repository. This repository is not going to work. Okay, I will tell you what repository you have to use. So simply you have to come here. You have to take that I am going to take the code. Okay, but not from this repository, whatever mentioned in here. Okay, I can use some different. So you have to come here in this my repository section. And if you remember in our Maven class, I talked about this repository, Java Hello World with Maven. Okay. So simply go with this repository. Don't go with that one, hello world.git, go with the Java hello world with Maven. Okay. So this was the Maven repository that we already practiced. Okay. And if you remember, this was the file we were running directly at the last java-cp target search that one. So this file is going to create a jar file. Okay, so simply just copy this and say to the Artifactory that you have to take the code from this particular repository. That's all. After this branch they are asking, so our code is written in the master branch only, so we don't have to do the changes. Now they are asking about the build related information, so that also let it. Again they are asking for the goal and option. So goal will be simply clean and install. Okay, install, that's all. Let me match it from here. So goal will be clean and install only. Okay, now you have to go to the post build action. So see, up to here we already done in the Maven project, right? When we written the Maven project, that time also we given the repository URL, we check the branch, everything, we given the goal, and then we are directly running it, right? But after running this code, okay, previously they were just creating the .jar file, and that .jar file we downloaded in our laptop, and then in our CMD I run that. But here what we are going to do is you will click on add post build action. Here you will see that there is an option called deploy artifacts to Artifactory. Okay, simply you have to click on this, deploy artifacts to Artifactory. Automatically this URL came. From where they got the URL? Because we already mentioned in the credentials at this URL, right? From there they are getting. Now in this, they are asking us to fill something. You don't have to fill anything here. Simply click here, refresh repository. Everything will be automatically filled. Okay, it is filled automatically after clicking on refresh repository. That's all. After doing this, simply you have to click on apply and save. Refresh repository. Once this will be filled, simply click on apply and save. Just give me 5 more minutes. We will complete this. Apply and save. So this Artifactory project is completed. So Artifactory is nothing, just a extra step we done. Everything we done exact same what we done during our Maven project. Okay. But I said that rather than creating that Maven jar file and storing it locally, what you can do is you can upload it to the Artifactory. And for that purpose, we just selected this add post build action. Okay. And where we just mentioned that you have to go to this URL. Okay, username password I already provided in the credentials section, so they will go there and they will just do it. That's all. So simply click on build now. Once you click build now, you'll see now they started to build the code. And if you try to see the console output for this, so what they are doing in the background, so they are building the code first. Okay, so they are compiling the file, everything. Now they are deploying it to the Artifactory. And see, they deployed. So they say that I built the file. Okay, Maven asked us to build the jar file. That jar file I built it, gb hello world maven 0.2.0. After that, you said me to deploy that code to the Artifactory. That also I am deploying. I deploy to this URL. I will simply click on this URL. I will click on open link in new tab. Okay, and you'll see that they are forwarding us to the JFrog. Okay. Inside this JFrog Artifactory part, we are able to see this, that this is the Java Hello World Maven one that we just done it. Okay. And if I'll go in this build section, there is the Artifactory project they created. Okay. Inside this project, this is the job they created and there is one build happened. Why build ID is coming as one? Because if you'll see here, the hashtag one is there in the Artifactory project. Here the build is hashtag one. That's why coming as build ID one. Where I can see that where is that artifact is stored or not. So simply come to this libs release local, select this org, select this Spring framework. Our code is written in a Spring framework. Click on this Java Hello World Maven. This is our project. Java Hello World Maven. Simply do a down arrow. Our jar file version was 0.2.0. And see here that .jar file is visible. Okay, so if anybody want this .jar file, they can directly see it from here. I saved it, and our jar file size is 574 KB. Similarly, somebody is running this code again after doing some changes. Okay, so again they will just do the build now. Again, a new build will be going to happen, and they will store that. Okay, like this way. Take an example. If somebody is coming here, let the second build happen. Meanwhile, what I am doing is I am changing little bit code here in the hello world.java. Not hello.java, just change it in the greeter.java. So take an example, I'm just changing a few lines here in this code. Edit this. Okay, something like this, and I'm doing commit changes. So a new code is updated. Okay. Now again, I will say currently, okay, hashtag 2 build is done. Now again, I'm saying that can you build one more time? So now they will start the third build. So again, they will download the code. Maven will build the code. Once the build code will be done, whatever the latest jar file will be there, that is going to be uploaded on the artifactory. So that is done. Okay. Now if I'll click again here, hashtag 3 console output. Okay. You'll see that a URL they will provide at the last. Simply click on this URL, open link in new tab. They are opening that new hashtag 3 build is coming. Why hashtag 3 build is coming? Because this we run in the third time, right? So this is the third time they are doing. Again, if I'll go in the artifact side and click on the libs release local, click on this org, the Spring framework, Java hello world.maven 0.2.0. This contains the jar file, and this jar file will contains the latest one. Okay, this is the latest time, last modified at 58 time. So that means they are storing this. Okay, so this is the latest version they stored there. And now anytime who can download it, simply they will click on this download option. Okay, and that file is going to be downloaded in your laptop directly. And you can download the file, you can run it like this way. Like take an example, I'm downloading this file in this particular directory. Just give me 2 more minutes. I am downloading it inside. Okay, take an example, I'm downloading here quickly. Okay, I downloaded that file. I'll open the folder, so in folder. Okay, so this is the jar file which we downloaded. Just I want to show you this jar file will be working perfectly fine. So in folders. Okay, so in folder item, simply I'm opening this file cmd. So I opened inside this. There is a jar file is already present here with the name dot jar jv hello world maven 0.2.0 jar. We have to run this. So to run this, we have already the code. Okay, they said us that if you want to run this, you have to write like this java -cp and then this. So simply I will just writing here java -cp. Then we have to give the jv hello world dot maven. Okay, then you have to write this thing hello world. This is the last thing you have to write. Simply copy this and paste it. If this is the correct build, okay, if this is the correct build, and if I'll press enter, then it is going to print everything. See, they're printing, and at last they're printing okay also. That means this is the latest build which we done the changes. So that is a benefit of the Artifactory. They store the build from here. Anybody can download if somebody have the access of this Artifactory, right? So you can simply come here to this page and you can directly download this file and you directly get the jar file. Okay, and you can directly able to run that code. You are not worrying who written the code, which programming language they written the code. It doesn't matter. You have to just download this build file and you have to run in your laptop. That's all. Okay. So that's all about the Artifactory side. So anybody have to ask anything in the today's one, you can ask me. Okay. And from tomorrow, we'll be starting with the Terraform. Okay. And since the Artifactory is running on the T3 A medium instance, so it is chargeable in nature. So once your practical will be done, simply terminate this system. This one also and SonarQube also. Okay. So that's all from my side. Okay. So tomorrow we'll start with Terraform. Thanks a lot.